Welcome everybody. It's good to see you all here, and especially good to see you people. I've pretty much been almost exactly where you're sitting, and it's a long, hard journey on your journey to recovery, and I'm glad to see that you're doing it and applying yourselves. I did start out here in Covington with the Allegheny Highlands Community Service Board. I see my supervisor back there, Sarah Deffenbaugh. She's pretty awesome. We work crisis intervention team at Lowmore Hospital. That was an awesome job. I hate to leave. There's some very good people in this community wanting to help people that are searching out recovery, and I still get in contact with some of the people myself, but. Anyway, my journey started several years ago. I had broken my back in a car wreck and was prescribed painkillers for my spinal injury. And at that time, I was never told about addiction or anything of that nature coming up. And this was kind of before the computers too, so I didn't research or Google anything and had no clue. I just knew the man in the white coat give me some medicine, and it sure made me feel good. Got rid of that pain and give me that warm, fuzzy feeling. And as we well know, that spiraled down. After a while, they kept upping the strength of my medication, and before long, I didn't know what addiction and withdrawal was, had no clue until they took the medication away from me. Then I found out the hard way. I ended up, doing what most people do in addiction, lost a bunch of my stuff, go to jail. I ended up, buying on the streets until it almost killed me. Had I not been an Army veteran, I don't think that I would be where I'm at right now. I went to Roanoke Memorial Hospital. I was in ICU for 11 days, almost died in there. My epiphany, my awakening moment, I guess, was while I was in there with my head injuries. I had bleeding on the brain. There was a lady that sat at the foot of my bed for like 4 days. And one morning I woke up and she wasn't there, and the nurse walked in to give me my medication. And I asked where that lady was, because the lady had given me comfort, made me feel safe, made me feel warm. It was the weirdest feeling I'd ever had. We never spoke. Didn't have to. It was like I could, feel her presence and feel her strength, and it was very comforting to me at that time. And but like the fifth morning, she was gone, and that nurse walked in. And I asked the nurse. I said, "Where'd that lady go that's been at the foot of my bed?" And they just told me, "Mr. Martin, there has been no lady at the foot of your bed." So I believed then that was my mother, because she had passed, but she knew about me struggling and seeking out recovery. She never got to see me fully in recovery, but I believe that was her sent by God to watch over me and to let me know, "Rick, this is your chance." And because it was that warm, comforting feeling that only she could provide me in my life. And I tell you what, when I got up out of there, I called the Army Roanoke Salem VA Hospital, and first they told me be about a month, and I told them I'd be dead in a month. So 2 days later, they had me into treatment, and I thank them for it. I still stop by there occasionally and go in on the floor and talk to the veterans there and let them know part of my story. And I don't know how many people here are, very religious or believe in higher power or whatever your force is. And I wasn't the most religious person at the time. I would go to church on like Easter and stuff like that, big to-dos. But after that vision or that presence in my hospital bedroom, in my hospital room, that changed my mind about higher power and the power of belief and believing in something, because nobody can tell me that she didn't come back and still watches over me to this day. I got through my grief at the VA hospital also, and I still talk to my mother daily, even though she's not physically here. I talk to her every day to let her know that I love her and thank her for what she did for me and made me the person that I am standing here today. And that's what recovery did for me. I did my program at the Salem Hospital and come out, and I have never looked back. I'd made up my mind that was enough. I didn't want any more of this stuff. And as you all will learn, you have to want this to make it work. You really do. And the best thing I can tell you people is during this time that you're in now in your recovery, find a good support group that you can talk to, sober people, not some of the people that we hung out with before. I cut all my ties. I moved only 15 miles up the road from Alderson to Lewisburg, but just to get some distance. But now I go back, I'm well into my recovery, I'm almost 9 years clean. I go now, they all have my cards, they know to call me. I've lost some, but I've also got a lot into treatment. You know, I had to realize that I couldn't save the world. Lord knows I was trying. But it was about to burn me out, so I had to change my approach. And that is what I do. I go out to the overdose calls now, being the quick response team coordinator. I go into the trap houses. I go into the flop houses. I go under bridges. I'll go out in the woods. I don't care where you're at. If somebody gives me your name, I'm going to find you. I have never not found anybody that they've given me a name, and I will hunt you down. I'll bring Reese cups. I'm usually wearing jeans and an Indiana Jones hat, so sometimes they forget my name, but they know the man in the hats, you know, is what a lot of them call me. So now they know that, you know, even if they forget my name, they can see me 200 yards across the field and see that hat and know that that's a safe place to come to. And that's what you all have to find out, safe place to go to, somebody safe to call, somebody to be there for you, to be a good rock to help you, because there's going to be waves, you know. Some days that little demon, he still pops up on me, but I know that if I, you know, take one drink, I'm done. I was drinking a half a gallon of Crown Royal every 2 days. About killed me. Of course, I was doing the opioids and everything else too, you know, but it's just it's a hard life, and unfortunately, one of the side effects of addiction is criminal behavior, you know. Once we have lost everything we have and spent all of our money, we turn to criminal behavior to get what we need to fulfill our withdrawals. And it isn't to catch a buzz, it isn't to get high, it's to get that dope sick off of you. And I understand that, I've been there, so I congratulate you all for where you're at now and where you're heading to. And just, you know, keep putting one foot in front of the other. Sometimes there's going to be days that you're going to be like, man, I don't know if this is worth it. I guarantee you it's better than what you were doing. I guarantee you that. I didn't think I could ever get out, but here I am. Look at me now. I would have never thought when I was in my addiction, snorting, hooking up pills and all that good stuff, that I would ever be here as a quick response team coordinator. That I'm now trusted again. I'm not looked down upon anymore. I'm invited to speak to people. Each and every one of you can do the same thing. You just got to apply yourself. And I give all of you my cards, and I'm serious. You reach out to me anytime, 24/7. It doesn't matter. If you got stinking thinking going on, call me. I'll always be there for you. I will. And that's a promise I make to you. Okay? Aaron, dude, I'm proud of you, man. I've done talked to you a little bit there, buddy. So, you know, I guess Sunday is the Lord's day, but, you know, He is risen. But today is your day. You have risen, man.
Thank you.
You know, I want you to have this little coin. I don't know if you have one on you or not,
All right.
but it says 24 hours a day. But it says, today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Keep this in your pocket like I do.
Okay.
Just rub it every once in a while. It reminds you where you come from, where you're going, so you never forget.
Right.
You know? But one day, you may want to give it to someone else like I'm giving it to you today, okay? I want you to